As a video game collector based in the UK, when it comes to physical video game stores to go and explore, to find new video games to buy, it is unfortunately fairly slim pickings. Unless you count Game Retail UK Limited, which you shouldn't count them, you definitely shouldn't count them. There are no video game stores, like nothing dedicated to this hobby, to this passion. We have stores like Smith's, which is like a toy store in the UK, Argos and a few other things, but they're not focused on video games. You know, these other stores that kind of deal with a whole wide variety of products will only really keep in the newest and latest and greatest video games, and they won't really have anything historical. They won't have anything past like a couple of years old, essentially. And that's where CEX comes in. CEX is a company that sells used consumer electronics, movies, video games, etc. And essentially the idea is you can go into the store, you can trade in your old video games, consumer electronics or movies and buy ones that other people have traded in. It's a fairly standard thing. And CEX isn't just in the UK, it is in other countries, it is out in Europe from what I understand. I think there might even be one or two in the United States. But it really has taken root here in the UK. From someone who lives in the UK, you really can't go to many town centres without finding a CEX store. And pretty much, if you're a video game enthusiast, they're pretty much one of the only ways now to go and find video games out in the wild, especially older games as well. Like, it's pretty much one of the only ways to find those if you want to go to a physical store. Sure, there'll be one-off stores here and there around the country, but in terms of like a chain that exists in most places, CEX is the one. And so naturally, because they're a company in the 21st century, they also have a website as well, uk.webuy.com, and there you can organize a trading collection for your video games, or you can order games or electronics or films, etc. that they have and have it delivered, or have it for click and collect. And as I mentioned in one of my previous collecting videos, but I'll mention it again here, I decided to trade in all of my Xbox Series X games and Xbox One games because as a platform, Xbox has kind of lost my interest. It's not something that I'm really interested in collecting anymore, so I decided to trade those in to get some credit, and I bought a couple of games back then, but I was left with a £30 CEX voucher. And I decided I'd actually like to take the money from those Xbox generations and put it towards the Xbox 360. And the Xbox 360 is a hugely nostalgic gaming generation for me. It's when I really got into multiplayer gaming, online gaming, etc. And it's something that I really don't have that many Xbox 360 games anymore, so I was looking to rebuild some of my collection. Now, what's really cool about the Xbox 360 generation of games is that the majority of the games are actually still really cheap. You're not spending much money, it doesn't really break the bank, so with that £30 voucher, I would be able to get quite a few video games. I was quite excited about it. So I went onto the CEX website, because you can use the voucher on the website or in the store, put a whole collection of games, I think it was 14, into my basket, and it only came to £31, which is pretty amazing. My voucher was for £29.80, so I was like, hey, I can put another £1, what is it, £1.20 to make up the difference on these 14 games. And now originally I had planned this video to be an exploration of what it is like to order from CEX. What is the quality of the games you receive? What is the setup? Like, how does it work, and what is the experience like? Just to document, I guess, for people who are looking to order from CEX in the future, and to understand whether or not you're actually going to receive good quality games, or if they're going to be crappy, or a mixture, or how it all works. My recommendation is maybe don't. I haven't actually got my games yet, and I was expecting to not get them for a little while, but when I put all the games I wanted into my basket and went to check out, this is what I saw. £40 for delivery. What? So now, there is actually a pretty sort of like logical, in terms of how it works, reason as to why it's £40, and that is because they charge a delivery fee per item that you're ordering. There is an understandable underlying logic to this process. The idea is essentially that CEX don't really have like a central warehouse or a storage system for their games. All of their inventory is held within the various stores all around the country. So when you order stuff online for delivery, it's not being sent from a warehouse, it is being sent from one of the many stores around the UK. So I guess that kind of makes sense. Each store is going to have to pack up the game, label it with a stamp or the right postage, and then send it out to me. So I kind of understand the underlying logic. However, for me, it completely falls apart at the next bit. So I was like, okay, well, what does a click and collect situation look like? What does it look like if I want to do that? And at that point, a helpful thing pops up and asks you to type in your postcode and your details so it can find local stores. It gives you a list of the stores, and when you click on one, it tells you which of those games they have in stock. What? So they will allow me to consolidate my order into one click and collect location that has all of the games available that I would like to buy. But they won't do that for delivery. That seems greedy as fuck to me. I don't know about you. They have a system in place that can check the stock in the stores. I guess a note would be that sometimes the CEX stock tracker is a little bit inaccurate, and they essentially have an option that says if you choose click and collect, if we don't have the game, we will refund you, or we can arrange a delivery. And you choose, oh, I'd like a refund in that case. Why can't you do this for delivery? It's the exact same process. So essentially, you click delivery, you choose your postcode, it then shows you, we have stores with this in, you can choose which store it is sent from, and then it's like, hey, if we don't have any in stock, what would you like us to do? Would you like us to organize it from another store for another delivery fee, or would you like us to refund you? It's the same thing. It is the same thing. It would be the same thing to implement, and that is what really frustrated me about this experience. It feels like greed. It feels like, hey, we're just going to charge you $2.95 for each item, and we're not going to make it easy for you to consolidate those items into a delivery. I'm happy to pay a higher delivery fee as well. I understand a big box of games coming to me versus like a slim package with one video game in it. This is going to cost more. That's totally fine. Happy to pay £5, whatever it is, for the extra delivery cost. But the idea that you cannot consolidate the games to come from one store like you can with click and collect feels absolutely bonkers to me, because they have a system in place to track whether or not a store has these items in stock and consolidate them for your order for click and collect. So why can't you do it for delivery? And then it leads me to wonder, if I had ordered it for delivery, if I had paid the £40 fee, which I will say was tempting because I really wanted to understand the answer to my next question, would they have shipped it all from one store? Or would it have been literally random CEXs around the country sending me my order? Because if I had paid £2.95 per item for delivery, and then they had all come from one place in one box, I would have been pissed. So I'm thinking maybe we'll do that as an experiment at some point, maybe order 2 or 3 games, they're all in stock in one place for click and collect, and see what happens. It's a really poor customer experience. It's crazy loading up £30 worth of stuff into your basket and then being told you're going to need to pay £40 for delivery. CEX, this is 2025. It's crazy talk. And I understand most of the time people aren't buying 14 items at once, but hey, when games are like £2, £1, £3 for the 360, yeah, I'm gonna buy a big collection. I had a voucher of like £30. I've got to use it. And I don't want to be using over half of it on freaking delivery costs. So yeah, it just seems backwards to me as a system, and it was really disappointing to see that. So I placed the order for click and collect at one of my local CEX stores. I'm actually going to go and pick them up very soon, and we're going to see what I get. So we're going to do the same experiment, except it's a click and collect order, because I just refuse to pay £40. So I'm going to go and pick them up, and we're going to take a look at them and see at the type of quality you get when you order from CEX. Because, if you've been in a CEX store, their standards for quality are not super high, right? There's a real mixture available on the shelves. So I'm really interested to see how it goes. I've ordered 14 games. It would be great if at least half of those were in really good condition, because I'll also be very interested in the store if they offer me the opportunity to just refuse some of them or swap them. So yeah, we'll see when I go what the options are. So here we go. These are the games I ordered. So Assassin's Creed 2. These are all 360 games, by the way. Assassin's Creed 2, Avatar the game, that one's for my wife, I thought that was pretty fun. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Tomb Raider 2013, Grand Theft Auto 5, the 2-disc edition, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, Call of Duty Black Ops, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, Battlefield Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3, Portal 2, Halo 3, Halo 3 ODST, Halo 4. Those are the games I've ordered, okay? So it's to fill out some of this Xbox 360 collection here that you can't really see up the top, with some of the games that I'm pretty nostalgic for from my teenage years. This is when I was kind of in school playing with my friends and stuff. I'm really, really curious. I'll be honest, I'm super, super curious. They'll offer me the opportunity to maybe swap out a case or something like that if they have other copies available. I would hope that they would choose the best quality ones they have available for a click and collect. As in, you know, if I was in that position and I was generating these policies for click and collect, or for delivery in general as well, so this is kind of relevant to the original discussion, I would make it so that when my employee is going out and picking the games, they look through and they make the decision of this one has the best quality case, the best quality cover, the manual, everything. So we're going to check it out, see what happens. You know, at the end of the day, it's £30. It's not the end of the world, but I'm very curious to see what it's like overall. So yeah, let's get on the road and let's pick up the games. So here they are, the CEX games that I picked up for the Xbox 360. I went to collect them, got them home, and now we're going to take a look at them all. I'm going to take a look at all the games that I ordered. We're going to rank them on a scale of 1 to 5 in terms of quality, 5 being the best, 1 being the worst. And we'll see how we turn out. Like, I'm really interested because this is going to be almost like an experiment of like how good is the quality control for CEX when they're fulfilling these orders for you, both on delivery and on click and collect. Because what's awesome about this, they handed me them in the bag. I didn't get to see any of the games yet, so this is gonna be like a first time seeing them for me as well, and we're just gonna go through them all and see what the quality is like. Does it have the manual? Is it a reproduced printed case? All that kind of stuff. Now, obviously, I think your experience is going to vary a little bit based on which CEX your games are coming from. But I just, you know, I want to see how reliable it is to order online with CEX. So yeah, let's go ahead with it. And the first game we have is Assassin's Creed Brotherhood on the Xbox 360, of course. Now, what's quite cool here is they've given me the special edition. That's kind of neat. I'm guessing the unlockable content has probably been redeemed already and is probably, you know, not even redeemable now, as I think the 360 store is long gone. Looking at the case, first of all, hey, it's in really good condition. I'm very happy with that. Let's open it up. That's not a reproduced sleeve from what I can tell. It is the original. It's like it's a bit grubby, but actually it seems pretty good to me. We're starting off strong if this is you know, this is going to be the quality we get for most of them. So we have got the manual there, and then an advertisement for like an associated book, and then obviously the disc. Let's have a look at the little disc. Let's see if we can get it to focus. Ooh, you can see my light. It's a little scrapey, but it's nothing too intense. A good polish will probably clean up a little bit of it. So actually, yeah, this is a good start. I would probably give this a 3 out of 5. So I think the disc kind of lets it down in this situation. You know, I'm not expecting any of these to hit 5 out of 5. I'll be very clear with you, because that would be considered like a perfect condition game. This is pretty good. This is a 3. Okay, next up, we have Assassin's Creed 2. For the Xbox 360. It's not as good. It's not as good. Yet the box is a little, like, it's got like scrapes and stuff on it, like the plastic. So, you know, a replacement case might be in this game's future. It does still have some of the Xbox seal on there. Let's just kind of peel those off. I'm not super attached to keeping those. And yeah, this game was £1.50. It's in okay condition. I don't think there's a manual, which is a shame. There's no manual here. So the disc is similar to this one. It's in decent condition. Do you know what? We're going to upgrade Brotherhood to a 4. And this is going to be a 3. So yeah, there we go. We're going to do that. Okay, so that's those two games. Disappointed at the lack of manual as well, so that's something to be careful of. Next up, we have one of the greatest video games of all time. Absolutely not even going to take any arguments on that. It is Portal 2. Absolute goat of a game. What's really cool is I still have the orange box on Xbox 360 from back in the day, back in my childhood. I migrated this game to PC a long time ago, so I didn't keep hold of the physical copy. So once again, looking at this, the cover and the front is a bit grim. Oh no! Big old tear in the artwork at the back there. Oh, that's such a shame. Let's open it up. We do have a manual, which is cool, but that tear is very disappointing. Okay, it's in good quality, I'd say. It is a massive, massive shame about that tear. The front is also kind of in crappy condition. I think it will probably need a new case if I wanted to restore it to 4. And I think because of the tear at the back, I think we're going to have to unfortunately say this one's a 2. This was one of the more expensive games in the purchase. It was actually the most expensive game I bought from CEX in this haul. So yeah, that's a real shame, but this is a fantastic video game. Played it a few times. Just, you know, sometimes with games like these, it's so nice to have a physical copy. I'm very gutted about the tear on the back. So maybe I'll take this one and see if I can exchange it. Next up, these are all games from my childhood, pretty much. This is Battlefield 3. This is the limited edition as well, which is pretty fun. It's the 2-disc version, and first impressions, this is pretty good condition. It's nothing mind-blowing. It's not like the Brotherhood case was, but you know, it's not too bad. Let's see what's inside. It has activate an online pass. Next up, let's look at the first disc. That's not too bad looking. And let's look at disc. This is disc 1. The other one's disc 2. Once again, that's not terrible. There's a couple of scratches, but honestly, I have seen a lot worse. So I think what we have here is there's like a little scratch on here, but nothing too crazy. I think this one's an easy 3. I remember being so excited for this game when it came out because I played Battlefield 2 Bad Company, Battlefield Bad Company 2, but I hadn't played Battlefield 3, and this one just looked like such a step up from Bad Company 2. I'm not actually sure in which order everything was released with Battlefield, but this one looked like a step up. I remember being so excited for it, and then when it came out, I was kind of disappointed, kind of let down. Next up, it's Avatar, the game. So this one was more for my why. Oh, whoa. Okay. This game has seen some stuff. This one definitely needs a clean. This is our first one. This is our first one. On the back, there's like a brown splodge. Yeah, this was £2. I don't really want to touch this for longer than I need to. No manual. No manual, and I would assume there was one. Someone spilled something on this, I'm hoping, and nothing else. Disc is not in amazing quality, so yeah, that's a 1. 110%. Next up, this is a game I do really love, and once again it's something that I kind of have on PC now, and I play on PC if I ever want to play it, but that is Tomb Raider. What is this? Tomb Raider 2013, and it was £1.50, and this game for £1.50 is an absolute fantastic video game. If you can get a chance to play it, if you just got a 360, would 100% give it a recommend. No manual! Oh, we're seeing a trend here, people. The manuals are missing. In terms of the quality, it's okay. It looks old. It looks like it's been used. And in terms of the disc is pretty scratched up. So, I mean, this is going to be a low 3, high 2 kind of ranking. I'm going to collate a list of how many games are missing their manual, I think, because it seems to be happening a lot. Next up, we have Halo 3 ODST. Now, this was a game that I did not get into hugely, but I loved the, was it Firefight mode? The sort of like the Horde mode that they added. That was massive fun, and it's still something that I really enjoy to this day. I heard people really enjoyed the ODST campaign. I just never really got into it, but I really enjoyed playing the Firefight mode online with my friends, so that was pretty much what I did the most. Quality is pretty good. I think we have a 3 on our hands here. Disc 1 is in decent quality, and then this is the multiplayer. That one's not so good, so you can see whoever owned this one also preferred the multiplayer. We're gonna give that one a 3. Next up, we have Halo 4. This one was £1.50. Oh. Okay, so it's a 2-disc edition. Oh no. Okay, so there's a dead spider in this one, so that's good. He's in, yeah, there he is. Hang on, get rid of him. There you go, he's gone into the wild. Oh, good lord. There you go, you never know what you're gonna get. So there's disc 2. And this doesn't seem like this is not a 2-disc box, but it's a 2-disc game, so it's obviously been put into another box. The box itself doesn't close, so that's not great. I'm just gonna be honest. Case is broken up here, and yeah, it seems like everything else seems to be right. It seems like not a repro thing, but like the case doesn't close. So this is probably the worst non-Avatar game so far for many reasons. That's going to be a 1 as well. Okay, Call of Duty Black Ops. This is the original Call of Duty Black Ops. This is the second most expensive game that I bought. This was £4, and this is one that I pretty much only ever played the zombies mode, I'll be real, and I quite enjoyed it. In terms of how it looks okay. We have a manual. That's good. The disc is alright. It's seen better days, but it should still work. I'm going to give that a 3. Nice. Oh, big one. Oh no, GTA 5 for the Xbox 360. This, once again, is a game that I've kind of moved to PC to play, but this was the original way I played it. It was £3. I thought, why not? It'd be a cool thing to have a physical copy of in the collection. The case does not close how you would expect. It feels a bit weird. It is also grubby as fuck. Someone has spilt something at the top here. Again, similar to Avatar, so this will need a clean. It's a 2-disc game. Both discs are here. Disc 1 is not too bad. That's the install disc, and then the running disc. Running disc is obviously a bit more scratched because it was used more, I guess, than the install disc, but that's not the end of the world. It does have, once again, a code. Yes, so I don't know. I don't think we'll ever get to use that. And here it does have, first of all, the manual, which is cool, and it does also have the map of Los Santos, which is very, very cool. And you know, this is actually quite a nice thing to own, so it gets brownie points for still having the map. It's actually in good condition, so overall this copy of GTA, despite being a bit gunky, I think it gets a 3 just for having the map. Something's up with this case and it's gross, so maybe a high 2 actually. Oh, so now here's another, oh, I'm feeling a tear. Here's another classic from my childhood. This is Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. First entry into the Call of Duty franchise, I think it was for a lot of people. There is no manual in the box, which is a shame. This was £2. There was a tear on the side. I'm going to give this a 2 right off the bat, I think. This game was a lot of fun. The multiplayer was once again the main thing I played. Oh yeah, that disc is scratched. And yeah, this also had a fantastic campaign. I actually really enjoyed it. I played it the whole way through. The stealth mission is obviously pretty famous from this game. And yeah, it's a cool game. Modern Warfare. Now we're getting down to our last 3 titles, starting with Modern Warfare 3. So I actually already have Modern Warfare 2 and I have Modern Warfare 1, and then Modern Warfare 3 was the only other one. And I must say, this is a decent looking copy of Modern Warfare 3. Do we have a manual? We have a manual, people. We have a manual. That's happy days to start with. It's looking scratched. I think I'd give this one a 3 overall. This is the Call of Duty. I never finished the campaign on this one. I think I just kind of got this when I was kind of going out of Call of Duty, and so yeah, I never actually got to finish it, but it's just cool to have in the collection because once again I did actually play it. I did play the online. We have Halo 3 for £1.50. Now there is a tear up here. The actual case itself is in good condition, which is nice, and it feels heavy, which is giving me good vibes for having a manual inside. I'm not sure if the artwork is actually torn. Oh, it's not, it's just dented. Okay, cool. Halo 3 might get the 3. Okay, there's a hefty manual in here. There's the 48 hours of free Xbox Live. Now, this game, I spent a lot of hours playing when I was younger. The multiplayer especially, like, just played so much of it. But I did play the campaign as well and did very much enjoy it. It is one of my favorite video games of all time, and the multiplayer is one of my favorite multiplayers of all time. I love the arcade approach that Halo takes towards its multiplayer. I also really love that in custom games, you could change around the stats, make the gravity super low, make the speed super high, give everyone only gravity hammers. All that kind of stuff was really fun. And let's see on the disc. The disc is actually not terrible. So this is going to be a high 3, low 4 rating for this copy. The only thing that sucks is the tiny tear in the plastic, but that just means it just needs a replacement case, which I can do. I can do that. We're on to our last game. Do we think we're going to get a 4 rating again? So we've had Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and Halo 3 was very close. So let's see if we get another 4 rating with Battlefield Bad Company 2. Now this game is one of sort of like my most revelationary gaming experiences when I was younger. And the reason was, the destructible environments and stuff in this game were really cool, especially to me as a young, I guess a teenager playing video games. This was kind of the first non-Call of Duty first-person shooter I played, or non-Call of Duty, non-Halo. The sort of realistic destruction of houses and stuff blew my mind. It was awesome. So really happy to get this one for £1, 1 whole pound. And I've got to say, okay, could be deceiving, but this is not a bad copy. This is good quality. Please have a manual. It feels hefty. Show you all before I see. What is this? It has a manual! Yeah! Fantastic. Oh, and it has a load of other stuff as well. That's so cool. It smells fresh as well. I don't know what's going on there. This is not bad. This is a low 4 rating for sure. This game was great. I really enjoyed Battlefield Bad Company 2. Battlefield kind of took a downturn after this, in my opinion. Maybe that's nostalgia talking, I don't know. But I really enjoyed this one. This one was always great fun. That is the last of the Xbox 360 games that I purchased. Do kind of feel like I want to go and wash my hands, so I'm going to do that. So what did we learn, everyone? What did we learn from today's experience? How would I review the process of ordering things from CEX? It feels risky. It's not necessarily something I would recommend. Now, obviously, these games were very cheap. I spent a total of £30 on all of them, right? It's not like I spent a fortune on any of these, but equally, you know, the eBay pricing, etc. for these games is also not really that high, and in fact eBay tends to be fairly comparable to CEX. I just think the CEX experience is still going into the store and checking everything, and it's a real shame because, you know, as someone who has moved house recently, I don't have a CEX that's that local. The drive I had to do today was about 25 minutes. Being able to order from them for delivery would actually be very convenient. When buying a 360 game, I don't expect it to be in the best condition in the world. I wasn't expecting anything. You know, my kind of hope whenever I buy these games is a 3. I want them to be good. I don't want them to be great, and I don't want them to be perfect, but I want it to be better than meh. So first of all, that is what is kind of a shame. The second thing is the manuals. Like, to a collector like me, a manual is actually quite a nice thing to have, and I'm quite keen on making sure that the games I buy that are complete in box are complete in box and do have a manual. And there was no way for me on CEX's website to confirm that. I want to, you know that if I'm buying something, especially if it doesn't say otherwise, that it's going to have the manual. And as we discovered in this video, this many of the games were missing a manual, and I just don't think that's good enough. And I think that does come down to CEX's quality control. A manual will increase the value of the game. Not knowing whether or not it's going to be the complete game, whether it's going to have a hole in the back like my copy of Portal 2 does. The most expensive game I bought was one of the worst condition games I bought. Don't think I'd go back to ordering via CEX. I would only ever purchase from them if I'm in the store. And yeah, and I think hopefully this is a good demonstration for other people who are looking to increase their collection that you should not trust CEX. I think if you've been into the store, you kind of get that vibe, but equally, I don't know if you can trust the employees to pick out the best quality copies of the games. They're just going to pick out whichever one they find first. And like we saw in some cases, like with Avatar, it's really not, to me, what I would consider acceptable to sell. That would be a toss in the bin thing, let alone put on the shelf so someone can buy it. I do think there is an issue with CEX's quality control, and I think the only way to combat that is to go to the store yourself and actually physically flip through the games. So for me, while this has been a fun experiment, I would never do this again unless it's for a video. I'm interested to see if there's any interest, let me know in the comments below, in a video where I do a similar thing, maybe with less games because it's going to be expensive, where we have it for home delivery. I want to see what that experience is like. Do they consolidate it from one store, or do they do as they promise, charge a single delivery fee per item and send it from loads of different stores? And what is the quality like for people who are living so far away, potentially they can't reach a CEX store? So what does that look like for those people? Those are my thoughts. Ordering from CEX is not a safe win. In fact, I'd say it's a pretty big gamble in terms of what you're going to receive. Maybe half these games were kind of how I expected, or kind of how I would expect. I'm going to clean up the games that need cleaning up. I shouldn't be the one doing that, but I'm going to add them to my collection. This has been a very interesting experiment. I hope this has helped you out if you're deciding whether or not to do some orders from CEX. My advice is don't. If you like this video and you want to see more stuff, please subscribe to the channel. I've got a collecting video for the video games I bought in the month of June coming right up. So thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. I hope that sounds good. Bye.